Good morning. My name is Rebel, if you're new, and I am the Rebel Reseller, and today is my kind of work with me, kind of chat, kind of not get much else accomplished, but talk with my friends show. But we're doing some last minute running around. Lori just sent me a message saying the surge just came in. She's planning on being here, but she's going to be late. But the surge just started coming in. Her house is surrounded by water. The tornado sirens are going off. And she's just trying to figure out what's going on. But she said she's going to be here. It's just, yeah, I can't even imagine the stress those of you that are down there are in right now. I can't imagine. Now, I was in Hawaii when Hurricane Nikki hit many, many, many years ago. But I watched buildings being torn apart. I had to work. I was in the military, had to work. I was in my company, the commanding officer's office, answering phone calls, and you could see buildings, roofs coming off. And I lived maybe 10 miles from there, and the storm went right over my home, right over, but nothing happened.
That's an old Johnny Cash song, isn't it? How high is the water, mama? 5 foot high and rising.
Good morning, Joanne. But yeah, so hopefully Lori will be here shortly. Did you send Beth? Beth's going to come in and stand in for a little while and talk to you guys about what she and I kind of sort of have been working on together this week.
No.
Beth,
I've been over here.
he forgot you. Beth, he forgot you.
I have not forgotten. I've just been busy over there.
He's going to send you the link too. And then hopefully, all right, she says she's ready. Oh, he's going to send Beth a message, and then we're just this is a wing it as we go kind of show anyway.
I hope that's one of the old links like for last week or something.
You need to quit picking on her. You picked on her in the last video, or the second to the last, one of the last videos, but she is quite aware that we love her. But yeah, crazy weather right now. I can't even imagine. This is why I like living in Tennessee. We don't have very seldom extreme weather. Very seldom. Good morning, Heather. Yeah, they're going to be here so far. Well, until just a few minutes ago, Lori kept assuring me that everything was okay, but that doesn't sound okay to me. Shannon, you're down there too, right? Oh, yep. She says it's calm here at the moment. Can't even imagine. All right, here comes. Maybe. No, I don't see you. Where's your camera? Robert.
What?
You're gonna have to help her again.
She's just pretend she's in a really dark room and listen to her.
It says you're in the show. Everyone can see and hear you, but clearly no.
No.
You're fine. Okay. She should tell her to check her camera settings.
Check your camera settings.
Go to settings and then
I like how he says, like, I know how to do that.
Yeah. He's learned with me. Just don't tell me.
Setting. I see where he means. Settings, camera, integrated camera, standard definition.
Does she have the electrical tape over the camera thingy? So.
Oh, yeah. Are you covering up your camera so that
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't remember how to. Where's my little thing? Oh, there it is.
Oh, Heather. Sorry to hear you've got a death in your family.
Oh, gee.
Safe travels if you're traveling.
Well, it doesn't
If we didn't have technical difficulties,
Yeah. I don't get it because it worked last time.
Hmm. I don't know. You need to maybe restart your computer, then try to come back in. Maybe it'll reset your. Oh, she's gone. She's gone. Good morning, Scott and or Christina. I saw your your what was it?
Space shuttle.
I know the space shuttle thingy that you guys sold. They were talking about it at our last meetup that they had this space shuttle trophy statue, picked a high price, started getting lots of interest on it, and it sold $4.99. Nope, you're still
Nope.
not.
The settings say camera. I don't know.
It's all right. As long as she talks.
Truth.
A lot of people do meetings like that. They don't have their camera on. I've done where I don't even have a camera on my computer.
Keep playing around.
If she would like, I'll go upstairs and we'll try to figure it out.
Do you want him to go upstairs and try to help you figure it out?
Oh, fantastic. I'd love to talk to Robert privately.
Give him your 2 cents.
Oh, I'll give him a whole nickel.
See, Shannon's saying, come on, Beth, you can do it.
Oh my
You can
God.
do it.
You see, Scott said they listed another shuttle trophy thing.
Wow. A little different. Same price, Scott?
I can see the comments. I just can't comment.
Oh. That's just weird.
If she wants me to go upstairs, I'll do it, but she needs to send you a Facebook message with the phone number to call.
There you go. Did you hear him?
No.
He says, if you want him to go upstairs and try to help you figure this out, send me a Facebook message with your phone number.
Oh, right. We've done this before.
Yeah.
He just wants my phone number.
Signing her up for all the spam bots.
He said he's going to sign you up for all the spam bots. Shannon said, hit the live chat icon.
The live chat icon. I don't have a live chat icon. Where?
I don't know.
On the bottom, I have mute, stop camera, settings, share, and leave studio. I don't see any live chat icon. Now.
In the title, she said.
In the title. In YouTube or in StreamYard?
StreamYard.
In StreamYard, Robert said.
Oh, in the Wednesday Workday Live?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't see anything up there.
Huh.
Remove from stream, edit name, edit off, stop, mic, cam. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a puzzle.
Hey,
I look
Kristen.
better like this anyway.
Kristen's in here. Kristen, I watched your coffee chat or whatever, the lunch break chat. That was fun. You guys are gonna, yeah, that was a fun chat to listen to. It was funny because I think it was Rachel Strickland said that she met her husband through a dating app. And I thought, yep, check, because Robert and I met through a dating app. So, yeah. It was funny because I was like, oh yeah. Lots of commonalities there.
Okay, I
Good
wonder.
morning, Courtney. Huh?
She refused to go out with him again. Oh,
I'm never going to live it down.
no. It assumed I was a liar.
Yeah. There was almost not a second date. We've talked about this before. Yeah. I enjoy these chat ones. I think that's why, I like listening to the Nurse Flipper because, it's just chat and those types of shows. But all right, well, Beth, until you figure it out, tell them what you and I have kind of sort of been working on this week.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to see me to hear it.
Yep.
So for whatever reason, this weekend, my eBay sales just died, like 2 sales all weekend. So Rebel convinced me to finally sign up for List Perfectly.
Yep.
So, and I already had a Mercari account, but I only had like 200 listings there. So on Monday, I channeled my inner Lori and I deleted all of my listings on Mercari. I signed up for List Perfectly, and then I started moving my listings from eBay to Mercari. And, hit a few little bumps, which Rebel hit me through, but honestly, it was way easier than I thought. I started out doing one at a time, and then I moved up to 15. This morning I was doing 25 because I was in a hurry. And as of right now, I have 515 listings on Mercari in less than 48 hours.
Yep, in less than 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now I told her, get through that, and then we're going to get her into Poshmark.
Yep.
And
I have 150 listings left to go through on eBay. I'll finish that today. I'm determined. And then Poshmark, I'm going to do a whole lot more slowly because I'm not in a hurry.
Right.
But using the discount code from you means I think it only cost me $45.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. And so I've already made 3 sales and I've already paid for it.
Yep.
So, I'm really happy about that. I'm really, really happy. And I don't know if we can say this, but I guess what I like too is being able to, in the future, go in and delete and relist some older Mercari listings.
Yep. That's how I'm using the catalog on List Perfectly, because there's just no way I want to take the time to put 10,000 listings in the catalog.
Right.
But good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning. Good morning. Sorry, I didn't think I was going to be this late, but we ate a late breakfast because Disney is closed today and tomorrow. So my husband's home and he doesn't eat breakfast till 10. So we ate late breakfast and I had to call my sister. Well, I didn't have to, but I thought I better check in with her before it started getting bad here. And so I was chatting with her and
did you see Lori's message?
It's been raining steadily since late last night, but slow enough that there's not really any flooding. It's given it time to absorb, because if it rains really fast, our street floods, and it still looks good right now. So
that's good.
Last I heard, the eye hasn't made landfall, so wherever it makes landfall will determine kind of what our weather is like today. So if it goes on past us, then we'll just get, some of the bands. But right now we're doing good. So
yeah, did you see Lori's message?
I haven't checked lately.
She said just as she was getting ready to come on, the storm surge hit. The water's coming up around her house, but she's up on poles, right? And then and the tornado sirens went off.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, water rising. I hadn't seen that. I was hurrying to get ready and I had not seen her message. Wow. But her internet and power are still on. That's great.
Yep. That, I think she was not prepared actually for it to stay on. So
I've got a dog over here whining. What do you need, Bob? Come here. Want to say hi? Say hi. They haven't gone outside yet because they don't really like to go out when it rains. Oh, actually, he feels wet. Maybe he did go outside. Did you go outside? But we figured, I just said to Randy as I was coming on here, I said, you better let the dogs out now before it starts really storming.
Are your dogs the type that don't like to go out when it's pouring rain?
Well, funny. no, they don't like to get wet, but our older dog, Bob, likes to go out when it's thundering because he likes to bark at the thunder. He has no idea what he's barking at, but he hears this noise and he just wants to go. He just runs back and forth across the yard, just barking and being stupid. So anyway,
Yeah.
so is Lori here?
Not yet. Beth's
Oh.
here, but Beth can't seem to get her camera to work right.
Oh, okay.
I figured
the other
she'd fill
day I
in.
couldn't figure mine out, and I think I was on a different live stream, and then I realized I hadn't pulled the thing up because I have like a separate camera
Yeah.
Oh,
that comes
We
up
do
out of
that
my
too.
screen. Yeah,
Mhm.
and I was like, oh, I guess it would help if I would pull the camera
No,
up.
mine is good.
Yep. All right. So Joanne asked, how does the payout time frame work on Mercari? I love it because, okay, you ship your item out and your buyer receives it. They have 3 days to rate you. And as long as there's no issues at that 3-day point, your funds become available. And then you just request. I never leave money in Mercari. As soon as I hit the $10 mark, which is the free transfer amount, I automatically transfer it over, and it probably takes maybe 2 days to hit my bank, but it just depends on, the banks, how fast you're going to get it. But it's usually about 2 days. Yeah, similar to Posh.
So it takes
Yep.
it can take about 2 weeks, basically.
From the point that you ship it, yeah.
Right.
Sometimes it can.
Exactly. So from the day of the sale, especially if the sale is, say, on a Wednesday. So, you might, if you mail in 24 hours, like I do, you would mail it on Thursday. But if it's first class and if it's going to, California from
Yeah.
New Hampshire, then it might take 5 days to get there. So it might not get there until the following Wednesday. And then
they have 3 days.
they have 3 days. But even if they rate you on Friday and you rate them, you have to request your funds. And because it's the weekend, it won't get processed until Monday. And then it would hit your bank account on about Wednesday. So about 2 weeks.
Yep.
Which
I
is
don't
fine.
I don't even pay attention. Just like with Posh,
Exactly.
you just ask for your money and eventually it shows up in your bank account.
Right.
Although I know I tell you, I'm terrible about checking my bank accounts. As long as I got a good balance, I'm good. But the other day I went in there and for some reason on the 13th of this month, all of my shipping came out of my bank account. I never have that happen. So I'm just wondering if the payouts got messed up or because I do daily payouts, which I guess that is the problem with daily payouts. You don't always keep a balance, but it just seemed odd. Every shipping label came out of my bank account and I never have that. So I got to do better. Good morning. I think I said hi to Courtney already, but good morning, Amy and Dan, the hustle couple.
Hey,
They're here
Hello.
also.
I made one sale last night, and I don't even know if our post office is open today. So I don't have to ship it till tomorrow, but I'm just messaging them because normally I would ship it the same day. They're in Oregon, so they don't know about hurricanes up there. I'm just messaging them, letting them know we're in the middle of a hurricane, so I'll get it out as quick as I can.
Yeah. I'd get your label printed just in case you
Yeah, I probably will. I'm
Yes.
gonna wait till tomorrow though. I think by tomorrow things will be fine. And Randy said that like today, even if the mail is still running, they probably don't have the lobby open because they don't want people, out, traipsing in and out. But yeah, I mean, I should be able to drop it off somewhere by tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, and then isn't the first when the new shipping starts? The new shipping amounts for the fourth quarter?
Is it? What's changing? I think I heard
They're
something about it.
raising their prices. They raised their prices for fourth quarter. But I think that's so make sure you print everything you possibly can on the last day of this month so that you aren't charged. Your buyer would have paid this month's amount. And then if you wait till after the last day of the month onto the first, then you got to pay the new rate. So just keep that in mind this next few days. Is this month 30 or 31 days?
30.
30. So only 2 more days.
30 days have September.
Oh,
April,
yeah.
June,
And I knew that. I knew that. Let's see. Noelle says, we know about hurricanes. We have coastline too, as well as tsunamis.
That's
We
true.
have sirens. Yep. Yeah. I hated when you heard the sirens in Hawaii because, there's no place to go there. But luckily, my whole 13 years there, we had several alarms that went off, but it never came to fruition. But I was watching some live cam today out of someplace down in Florida, a pier down in Florida, and it was looking bad already. And there were kids in the water. There were people in the water. And I mean, it was looking like hurricane force winds at that point. It was just so rough. I don't understand. That always happened in Hawaii. You always had your sightseers going down there to see if you're going to have a tsunami.
Noelle, didn't they used to call, I always thought they called the Pacific storms typhoons, but I think they changed that. Are they calling them hurricanes now?
I don't know. I remember hearing typhoon warnings, but I don't know.
I always thought that in the Pacific they were typhoons and they were hurricanes in the Atlantic. I don't know. A typhoon may be a totally different type of storm. So I don't know.
Ooh, Kristen said she turned off her eBay for the next 3 weeks. Oh, that causes me angst.
Why did you do it? Are you going to be out of town, or are you in the line of the storm too? But 3 weeks is a long time.
I don't know where Kristen's from. I don't remember. Colorado, Colorado, Robert said. I think maybe she's just going on vacation.
Yeah. My father-in-law has started turning his off for the whole month of December because he sells like fabric and things. So if people are going to buy fabric to make something for Christmas, they're going to buy it sooner. And he said in the past, his sales have just been dead in December. So he said, I'll just take the month off. I'll get all my other sales. I get enough sales in the rest of the year that I'll just take off. So,
well, that's kind of what we did last year because, by mid-December, I really don't want to deal with these last minute buyers wanting your stuff shipped regular, not wanting to pay extra and expecting it to be there on time. So last year we went on vacation. That was the perfect time. Shut the store down and leave. And you don't have, if you get a sale, they know it's not going to get there on time.
Yeah.
Oh, Kristen says she's traveling, but yeah.
Oh.
Chris, are you leaving your store available for purchasing? Because if you are, I would suggest if you've got extra listings for the end of this month, go ahead and do the delete and sell similar. And that way you've got fresh listings. People, they're new in the, in the algorithm, and you might get a big boost in sales, even though you're going on vacation, and then do it again when you get back. Yeah. And if you come through Tennessee or in this area, let me know. We could do a meetup or something. I'm not sure where you're traveling to, but I'm right there on the Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia, North Carolina tip. So if you're going in any of those directions, let me know. But yeah, let's see. I think Beth's trying to get back in here. I'm not seeing your picture still, Beth.
Robert still hasn't called me.
Robert, she's waiting on you.
She didn't tell me she sent the number.
He said,
And
you
Noel,
didn't-
yes, I realize that Oregon has coastline. Duh. I don't know. In my head, I'm thinking Idaho. I don't know, which is farther in a little bit. Anyway, but yes. I realize you do have a coastline. My apologies.
Yep. Shannon said all post offices are open in Florida.
Are they?
Yep.
We hadn't been down. I should have my husband go and check because he's running down. We have to give the dogs some tranquilizers to keep them like for when it gets real stormy because they just go crazy. And I realized we were almost out of peanut butter last night when Katie was giving them a dose. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's the one thing I forgot to get. So we have $2 stores just like down the street from us. And I said, Randy, while I'm on the live stream, run down and see if either of them are open and get some peanut butter. And so it's good to have him home to run little errands like that, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He had to stay late last night to kind of get things tied down, but he's got 2 days off. I don't think they're going to get paid or anything, but that's okay. It's good to have him home when it's stormy.
Where's the eye? Where are they anticipating the eye?
I don't know.
healing?
He's been keeping posted with it. He's been watching on his iPad more than I have, so I don't know. I think it's most of the people have been predicting that it would come across in the Tampa Bay area, and so we're pretty much east of that. We're a little bit northeast of Tampa Bay, so if it does make landfall there, then we'll be right in line for it. But if it goes on up a little farther, then we might just get the outer bands. So we shall see. It's just anybody's educated guess.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to see rain lots, which we don't need rain.
I was just thinking that when I was looking at the models, it looked like it was going to come up where you guys are.
I've not. This year just seems to have been the worst ever for just constant rain. Robert's had to build me a path to the building because I don't know. It keeps flooding right there at the edge of my driveway, which is between the two buildings, and it's annoying. But then he made me this little bridge to get across the mud puddles, and my son ran over it with his car.
Oh no.
Didn't even pay attention. Oh. But it's okay. It's just I'm glad he didn't hurt his new vehicle.
Right. Can he rebuild it? The little bridge?
Basically, what we did is we're tearing down our back deck, and it used to have 3 gates. Well, gates to come off the ends of the porch because I used to have my neighbors' pets would come up on my back deck and mess with my cat's food. And if we laid trash outside temporarily on the back deck, so we put all these gates up, and now we don't need them because we're going to change the deck. So he laid like one of the gates and then put a piece of wood over it, just so it's, like 2 inches above the mud puddles.
Yeah. Well, I just went on the Weather Channel app and looked at the eye is huge. It's bigger than Lake Okeechobee, according to this picture. Wow.
Trading Post Picker says cheese works too if you're trying to give your pets medicine.
Oh, that's a good idea. But we're vegan. We don't have any cheese.
Oh, yeah. Well, then he still has to go to the store.
I cook vegan, but I occasionally Emily and I will eat what we want. Usually it's Katie and Randy that are vegan. But the other day we were at the grocery store. It's been a couple weeks ago now. And Emily has always loved cheese. She's the one with autism. So we were in the aisle that where the cheese is, and she kept going over and getting the shredded cheese. She wanted to get 2 packages of shredded cheese. She kept putting them in the cart. I put them back. She put them again in the cart. Put them back. I was like, okay, you're getting the cheese, because she can't talk, but she very definitely was telling me I want this cheese. So then I could get home with it, and it's in the fridge. And Katie's like, oh, what is this cheese doing in here? And I said, your sister paid for it. She wanted it, and she got the cheese. So you don't have to eat it. No one's forcing you to eat it. But it's about used up now. So, but that's a good idea.
Yep.
he's gone now, so hopefully he found. It looks like it's even stopped raining for now, but it's the calm before the storm,
I was just thinking those words, the calm before the storm.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Anybody on here going to Prison to Profit next weekend? Because I'm on the fence whether I want to go or not. It's only 2.5 hour drive for us. And it's basically like a half a day type thing. But I was just I'm on the fence. I'd love to go, but I don't know. So let me know. I think I'm going to post something in the Facebook group too. All right. And then let's see.
Not going to be able to get any listings done during this live because I didn't get any pictures made. But I brought a box of books in here that need like labels and things. They need to be cleaned. So I figured I should at least get something done during this working live.
I know. This non-working live.
What are you doing today? Are you doing anything today?
No, our estate sale company isn't having a sale today. So I've actually got a huge pile of stuff to list right here. And then I've got more stuff over that way. So I've got my piles ready. Everything's been lint brushed and ready to go. So, but on here, I don't like keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So yeah. I might do a little cross listing. You're going
Did you already get your shipping done today?
I've already done it. It's been crazy. Like this morning I woke up to 6 things to ship. Well, yesterday I woke up to just not very many, but by the time I went and shipped, I had made 8 sales. So I've shipped all of that. And then this morning I woke up to a few sales. And then all of a sudden again, it's like I must have this 1 or 2 hour window, like 8 to 10 o'clock, and eBay says, okay, anybody who sees your stuff can buy. And then nothing.
I had a pretty good weekend. I had 3 things that were ready to ship on Saturday, but I got a late start, so I only got the oldest 2 shipped, and then the one that had just come through, I didn't have time to get it get it ready. So I got it ready, went ahead and got it ready so it was ready for Monday. But in between that time, I made 4 more sales so that on Monday, and 2 of them were the same buyer. So I shipped out, I guess, a total of 5 things on Monday, which is for me is a lot. So, and they were almost all book lots because I've been listing a lot of romance book lots. I'm just about done now with the romances, and I've started on some other types of fiction and stuff. But I was like, man, somebody's in the romance mood there. Everybody's buying romances. But, that's what I've been listing. So,
that's kind of how it goes, right?
In here. I'm looking around for my Google. I don't remember where I put it.
Robert bought all those romance books. It's been a month or more ago, and I forgot about them. And then the other day, back in my corner over here, we throw all boxes, on Amazon, incoming packages and stuff. A friend gives us stuff. Instead of breaking them down right away, we end up throwing them in that corner until I get upset, and then I tear them all apart and flatten them out. Well, I'm digging through them the other day looking for a specific size box, and there they all are under. I have not listed them yet, and I did so well with them. I've got to drag them over here.
Yeah.
Get them sorted. Sure.
I ended up putting most of mine in smaller lots because I have friends who have given me boxes that are a good size. They're like, they'll hold, depending on the box, anywhere from like 6 books to 20 or, so I end up breaking mine down just according to category, and I can usually find a box that will fit rather than let the box determine. I have enough boxes now that I just look at what I have and I divide it up into what makes the most sense. So like the lady who bought 2 lots, bought 2 different lots of Western romances. They were different lines, but they were all like cowboy romances. So, if I had just mixed those in with everything, she might not would have bought them because she was looking for cowboy romances.
Very, yeah. That's the smart way to do it. Keep it by genre.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I gotta
Or
run. Try to
author.
run. I'll be right back.
Yep. All right. So Kristen is saying that Kat is going to be there and Angie resells. So I don't know. I'd like to meet them. So maybe. Yeah, Thrift and Flip. Dante and Katie would be glad to have you. I would love to go. Just actually to get away for the weekend with this person right here.
You mean get away from me? Is that what you said?
No. All right. He's trying to get Beth back in here again.
Yeah, it would be fun to go down to the Prison to Profit thing.
I think so too.
I really enjoyed talking to him.
I didn't do a whole lot of talking, but I'm going to better. I'm going to be better this time. I'm going to be better. I think when Kristen and them were talking about when they went to FlipCon, you know, Rachel was saying if they saw a woman sitting there by herself, they were going to make sure that they included her, got her up, and I'd have been that wallflower. I'd have been that person unless Robert drags me somewhere. I would have been that person that I'd had to have been rescued. So I'm gonna do better. If we go, I'm gonna do better. No.
Yay, we can see you now.
Yay! What did you do wrong?
I went on a different computer.
Oh, you guys couldn't figure it out.
Now, I went on my very old laptop that I didn't even know how to camera. So,
and you
it
know
looks
what? They're very clear.
Yeah,
They're
it's a good
very clear.
camera.
what do you know?
I just looked out the window while I was up, and I couldn't tell from this window, but out the back and the side street, the window's picking up, and there's Spanish moss in the street and all that. So it's starting to churn a little bit. I was just noticing there's so many superstars in the comments.
I know.
You guys, I'm like, I'm not worthy. Amy and Dan, what's that from? They're always quoting
Lizzie,
random things.
Elizabeth,
What's
I have
that?
a question for you.
Sure.
How do you ship? I asked Rebel this before. How do you ship books the size of, say, yearbooks?
It's interesting because I've got a couple of yearbooks listed. I put them in a box, and like, are you thinking whether that they shouldn't be media mail? Because a lot of them probably do have advertisements in the back.
Oh, mine actually aren't. They're actually not yearbooks. They're Dungeons and Dragons books.
Oh, okay.
And so I didn't want to have to go out and buy anything, and I didn't have any boxes that they would fit in great. So I put them in a poly bag, and then I put cardboard on both sides,
Right.
tape it up really well, and then put that in another poly bag.
Would they fit in a legal size flat rate? But then you couldn't mail a media if you did that.
Right. I mean, this worked out great. I just didn't know.
I haven't had to ship anything very big like that as far as real heavy books.
Okay.
That wouldn't fit in something that I already have. So,
Okay.
I don't know. Well, okay. I do sell scrapbooks. And so when I started listing scrapbooks, I thought, oh man, I got to figure out how I'm going to ship these. So I have used computer boxes. I've just kind of used whatever I had, and I've done kind of, build a box where I just took a box, cut it down, but I don't even have one of those box cutters of those, what do you call them? Box resizers. And then I discovered, because they're always heavy and they have to go priority anyway.
Right.
That one of the regional B boxes, I never had ordered any boxes from the post office, but my father-in-law, who does eBay, he gave me one of each so I could just see what they look like. And I was like, oh my goodness, this regional B box holds a scrapbook. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't wait to sell another scrapbook now. So I went ahead and ordered some, and I think
that's the regional B. But I think you can get another one that's the rectangle.
Yeah, that's the one I got, is the rectangle one. the one that's
Yeah.
has a wider space and it's
Right.
thinner.
And if you ever have your, like, if for those of you who get your $50 eBay coupon, eBay
Or 25.
sells those album boxes. I want to say it was like when I bought mine, I used one of my $50 ones, and it was like $50, but you got a huge box of those album covers. I've got to find one.
I did order from eBay. They
good
come
idea.
flat, and then you fold in the sides, and then you fold in the
Yes.
sides.
Right.
And they work for 12 by 12 paper, but they don't work very well for albums because albums are a little wider. They're a little bit longer one way than the other, so they're not square. They're more of a
Mhm.
rectangle. And when you fold those in, it leaves some open space. And I didn't like that. I didn't like to have my album boxes open where, water or whatever could get in. So I thought they were going to be ideal, but they weren't. So, hey.
Hello.
Hi guys.
How are
Hi,
you?
Lori.
How's it going?
Did you get a tornado or just
That's
a
true.
warning?
There was a couple tornadoes last night. Now the sirens are, I don't know right now. I'm a little freaked out. I haven't seen a tornado and now it's like really quiet. So I think we're just in the middle of a band or something, but holy cow.
Have you slept?
Holy cow. Not really.
She was sending me
really.
texts at 4 this morning.
I'm like, well, because I'm like, you know what? I better text her now because I would sleep for like an hour and then I would get up and be up for an hour, go back to bed for an hour. And
Yeah.
so I'm like, you know what? I better text them this morning and let them know that we're above water.
Yeah. And
But
we know
now
Rebel's up early
the
anyway,
storm
right?
surge. Right, exactly. The storm surge is coming up now. And so we're waiting on, actually I can see it coming up the driveway. So, but we're on high ground and I'm up 20 feet in the air. So no
It's
water.
good
And
to
everything
see
that we
you.
put,
Yeah.
everything we put downstairs, tied up, stuff like that, all stayed. So a couple trees, but nothing crazy. It was just really insane though. That's
Right.
definitely the worst I've seen in the last 4 years, 4.5 years, 5 years. Yeah. So it's coming now. It looks like it's going to hit Sanibel Island right now as we're speaking. So that's pretty nuts, huh?
That's really close to you, though.
It's like, yeah, but see, Lizzie, where are you at? You're in the middle, right? Kind of
We're
like
in the middle in Polk County. Mm-hmm. So if it
now they're
does
saying it's
make
kinda
landfall in
going.
Tampa, it'll hit us. It'll go across us. Because
It's a
we're
little
to the
bit.
north.
It's a little bit south, a little bit more south than Tampa, where it's hitting now. So
Okay.
just a little.
So
See, that's why I
we're
was so
north
afraid to
of
say
Tampa.
anything. Okay, so and it's going northeast. So just be on the
Mhm.
lookout.
Yeah, it's
Be
starting.
on
The
the
wind's starting to
lookout.
pick up here. Sorry.
Crazy, guys, crazy.
So
But
how
you know
did
what?
you
We
build
didn't
the
lose
bears hold
power.
up? Or are your Boyd's bears? How are your Boyd's bears? Did they
Oh.
survive?
They're all survived.
Are they in Ziploc
Yeah,
bags just in case?
No plastic, but I got them all. I went through with them all and I separated them into, let me show you what I got going on here.
She found
I
more, you
have-
guys. After
Oh my
last
God.
I
week.
have like probably 10 bags like this that I sorted or
Wow.
like items. And then I'm just going to list them like that, as it take a bag and then go through them and list them. Those are just the bigger ones. But then I found these.
What is
Yadro.
that? Oh wow, it's
They
a
were
Yadro.
in a Rubbermaid tote with no padding, just sitting on top of each other, like in a bucket.
my.
I like to die. And then these two.
Did they? Are there
Not
any
a chip
chips or
on 'em.
anything?
No,
Oh, my Lord.
yeah, not a chip.
Wow,
So-
those are beautiful.
Yep. Not a chip. I just grabbed them. I'm like, taking them out. I'm like, Chris, these
Where'd
aren't
you get
worth
'em?
me.
Where'd you get them?
It wasn't. So it was in the second lot of stuff that I got from the people for the Boyd's Bears. There was
Okay.
another lot of
Wow.
stuff, which I'll show you guys next week. But that was right there.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
those were in there. And I am not kidding when I say I got I acquired probably 100 pieces of Peter Max artwork from wall, I'm lots of stuff, guys. Watch, buttons, like all kinds of different, I'll grab it. I got a little pile I can grab and show you guys. And it's just amazing. So this is just stuff that people don't know what it is, and they're pushing it out. So tell your people.
Tell people. Definitely.
Tell the people.
I'm getting business cards put together right now. Robert's making
I'm
me
telling you. There you
Start
go. That's
handing
what
them
you
out.
need to do. I just get nervous because I don't say no. I don't really say no. I'm like, okay, sure, I can make some money off that. But seems to work out for me. The last time I did this haul, I went to the dirt mall and had it there for 3 months or so, and got rid of all the stuff there. So, which is coming up. So I figure if I take in a lot of stuff that I'm not going to list, I'll take it to the,
Yep.
that place. So anyways.
So now, what you call dirt mall, is that what people would call the flea market, or do y'all actually call
Flea
it the dirt
market.
mall? Okay.
The flea market.
I'm always surprised when people say don't tell people what you do. When you're out at thrift stores, and I tell everyone what I do because
it's kind of hokey because you got to feel it out.
you do.
There are some jerks, that just have no
Yes.
idea what we do, that think we're just robbing people, which really irks the shit out of me. I don't like that.
I don't care. If I'm robbing someone from the stuffed animals that I'm buying at the bins to keep them out of the
Right. No,
landfill.
it's just amazing. It was like the guy at Salvation Army. I mean, he was peaches and cream to me until he found out what I did. And then it was like,
oh, well.
Is this for you or for you to resell? I'm like, I don't know what I want to do with it. I don't know. I might keep it. I might not.
Look.
Oh, look how cute.
This is how I ended up with all these jelly cats, right?
I thought that was a jelly cat. That's cute.
It is, but I have a whole bag of them.
Yeah.
I decided that I need an editor too, by the way, guys. I need a video editor. I have just a ton of stuff if anyone ever wanted to go through it.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do it. I'm like really trying with this stuff, and it's really hard.
You just need to find a local high school kid.
Yes.
True.
They all know how to do that stuff.
Exactly.
That's right. You know what? You are right. Yes.
You know what, Lori? It's become a joke.
Social media.
Well, it's become a joke in my family. I don't really like other people's kids, if I'm being honest. But
don't.
I'm just being honest.
For sure
But for whatever reason, I keep ending up with these adopted children. Like, we literally had 2 kids whose parents kicked them out, and they ended up living with us for a while. And now these young people at the bins have adopted me, and people at the bins think they're my actual children.
Well, that's not.
So they're younger than my own children, but that's who I got all those jelly cats from. Just a young girl who had seen me at the bin and then texted me and then said, yeah, when you come to pick them up, can we go thrifting? And so she doesn't resell. She just buys for herself, which meant anything great that she found that she wasn't collecting. And she only collects Build-A-Bear stuff. She was, giving to me to buy. So it was a great day of thrifting for me. And she had fun with a surrogate mom. So, you just don't know. It doesn't hurt to make connections even in places where
not at all.
That you're never going to make connections like the bins. You can make real connections with.
Well, I'll tell you what, South Miami bins is like a gang. Like, you either got to be allowed to come in there or not. And I promise, it took like 2 months of people rolling their eyes at me, grabbing stuff out of my hands. I'm like, you got the right one.
Oh my!
So they're not there.
One of the Nashville bins.
They're okay with me now. The T-shirt boys, they like me. We're good.
Right.
Let one walk by me. What are you doing? Where do you sell at? what platforms? Am I initiated? Yeah.
It helps to have people. It does help to have people at the
Right.
bins. There's no denying that fact.
Have you guys seen? Have I showed you guys Miami bins? Have I like the size of this place?
I don't think so.
I'll have to find one of my pictures. But when I say like 150 bins, like the long ones, it's probably more than that. But it's just this huge open air, like no windows at the top, which sucks. You got to worry about the birds flying over. But it's just huge.
It's
warehouse.
open.
And they probably take up 6 city blocks with because it's a donation center. It's this center. It's, like a hub for Goodwill. And it's just huge. Wow. It's insane. So big. And, a lot of people go there, but I think that's why I can find so many awesome things, because it's so vast. You know what I'm saying? Like you couldn't get through that whole place on one spin. Not so.
We
I was
have
going back to the comments. Trading Post Picker said you have a book for me.
Shoot.
Thank you. I have
about
my email address is usually in the description of all my videos. So if you can find me on YouTube, you can find my email address and we'll chat. So thank you so much. That's sweet. Sorry, I just didn't want to get too far down the comments before I acknowledge that.
I used to go to the bins a lot, especially when I first quit working and I wanted to build my inventory. And Courtney says people hand her toys at the bins. That's how it was for me too, because everybody knew I did stuffed animals and toys. And that's how I got my first My Pet Monster. I was at the bins. I had something in my cart that this guy wanted. I don't even remember what it was. And he says, I'll give you the pet monster if I can have that.
Yeah.
It was, and I sold that thing for like $100 because it didn't have its
the cuffs.
Yeah, the cuffs.
Good morning, Miss Noel. Good morning, everybody. Sorry, I totally spaced the chat when I jumped on. What are those things? Are they still comping high, Rebel?
Huh?
Are they still those monsters? Are they still comping high? Like, is that still a thing?
Yeah.
My mind out for it, or my eyes out for it.
And especially the handcuffs. If you find just orange handcuffs that I think they actually say maybe on there My Pet Monster, but sorry.
That's good.
That.
But yeah.
Never heard of
No, that's what Courtney is saying too. So that's what I was talking about. If you get people, the flea market people at the bins, they're looking for very different stuff than I am. So I'm not buying blenders and I don't speak Spanish at all. I've got like 12 words that I can say. And so, they'll ask me to look for blenders and toasters and things I'm not going to buy. And I'm happy to pick those up if I get to those bins first. And then they'll trade me toys and plush and
yep.
And then just say to me, you sell these? You people buy these? I'm like, shocking. Yeah.
I say that every day.
Yep.
People buy these.
Full of boys, bears.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I want to look at another Boyd's bear ever again. But those minis.
Well,
I found more, guys.
And always box them up and send them to Rebel. She knows what to do with them.
Heck yeah. I found more babies too.
You did.
Oh gosh, Lori. A bunny.
What? Is that the $299 one?
Something like that. It's 300 or something. Yeah, they're
You
high.
hit the lottery.
And then the little carrot. This guy was like 300, I think.
Yeah.
I'll have to look. I can't remember. And then this little guy. So my question is, since I have the other three all listed together, do you guys think I should list these three together for another 700 or still separate? Okay.
Separate.
I would that way. And then if those sell,
the only comps I can find, right. The only comps I could find were list single. I was thinking maybe throwing them up for a week but at the same time, I'll get more if I list them individually, I think.
Well, you also get people, $250 to $300 for a tiny little plush is a lot of money. So you have people that would be happy to spend $300, but not $650.
Well, I got the lady bought. Oh, I got these too. I don't want to open them out of the package, but they're just like little little duckies.
And
Courtney
I would
might know
think
these
if
ones.
somebody's looking for those, it's because they already have one or two and they want to complete their set.
Right. So, what was I just gonna say? Dang it, I forgot. I cannot
Where'd she go?
remember.
We lost her.
I don't know. She keeps coming and going. I don't know how to do. Can you get sold?
Individual and start the auction at the highest sold.
Yeah, that
Do you
might
think,
be a way to
Courtney?
do
Do you
it.
think I should do it auction style, or do you think I should just buy it now? I wonder.
I wouldn't auction them, but that's just me.
Oh.
I rarely like auctions.
I was going to tell you I
Right.
had the same lady buy 2 of the exact same bear for $100 or $90.
But if you start the auction at a price that you want to sell it at, start it at your buy it now price, it could just go up, or it won't sell, and then you could just buy it now. You know,
I would have never in
Right.
a million years listed that Boyd's calendar for $500. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm lucky
Right.
I did that auction because I'd have probably, I don't know, $250 maybe.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm going to sit on it for a while if I do leave mine, because I have them all up by it now. The ones that I have found, not these. I don't have these up yet.
Well, and
These
I
little
would
lads were going up today.
leave them until at least fourth quarter's done. And then maybe consider doing auctions after that, especially right
Okay.
after Christmas, because January is
People
one of
have
my
their
best
money.
months because people are
Right.
using gift certificates and buying stuff that they normally wouldn't buy because it's free money.
But you know, Lori, I was telling Rebel the other day about kind of a weird auction that I had. I really don't do auctions, but I found a glassy baby for 99 cents. And I put it up for auction starting at $154. And it went all 7 days with bids. And normally I would have then just done a buy it now, but I didn't. I let it ride again. So I started the auction over again. And so on day 8, meaning, the first day of the second auction, at 11:30 at night, I got an offer from a woman for $250. And it was on auction for 154 and no one had bid. So I very happily took her offer of $250.
Right. Well, I'm telling you, when
So-
I got the offer, I got an offer for the first 3 bears that I have listed, the other
Right.
colors, and I got a $450 offer, and I'm still thinking about that because I declined it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that is a really rough way. But yeah, I've gotten offers on this stuff, so maybe I'll try auction. I don't know. We'll see and just put it up at the price. Huh. All right, guys. All my gems.
Yes.
I'm so jealous. Those are amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Guys, I gotta
I
run out
love
to the
it.
garage for a second. Randy thinks I ought to go ahead and ship that item today because he thinks it will get worse.
Oh, that
tomorrow.
our
I don't
post
know, but
office is
I don't know.
our post office has been gone for 3 days, so
Really.
I haven't been able to ship anything. Yeah. So
So
I'm
he
hoping,
said-
I'm sure eBay will be okay with it. But see, what they
Well.
were saying prior is it wasn't supposed to hit us, so we were like, well, we'll get a couple bands in this. It was actually worse than we thought, but I'm just
Really?
gonna, hopefully eBay will be on my side.
Yeah, I don't have to ship till tomorrow, but he just got back. He went to the dollar store and they were going to close at 11. He's like, so you probably should go ahead and ship it today if if the post office is open. So I don't know. I'm going to run out and get it. What I sold was some magazines that most people would probably just pitch out, but they're homeschooling magazines. They're called Practical Homeschooler from like 2019, 2020 or something. And it was a set of 4. Well, actually, it wasn't even a set. It was like 2 from one year, 2 from another year. But anyway, I listed them. I think I wanted to say it was like $8.99 or something for 4 magazines, which I think is pretty good for something that most people would just put in their recycle.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have a whole bunch sitting upstairs in my closet. I can't think of the name of the magazine. We ran this we called it a homeschool resource center, but then we dubbed it extended recess. And it was really just a place that we got together and our kids could play and hang out. Some of the older kids did classes, but not like in a co-op way, just in a like casual sort of way. We actually met on the first time, September 12th, 2001, which was a tough day. And so there's this great article about us in there. It'd be actually fun to read it again and look at my kids when they were just babies. But that's a great idea, Elizabeth. I should maybe I should
You
look
keep
into
the one that you're in for your scrapbook, but
Right.
you could sell the
but I
others,
don't
yeah.
need 15 of them. I mean, I could
Right.
save one for each of the boys, but I don't need you know. Oh, I wish Lori was. I'm going to wait for Lori to come back. But that's a great idea. I'm going to look those up and see.
I had never even thought about selling magazines at all until
Yeah.
Amel from Back from Burnout was talking about selling magazines, and she lots them up, and I was like, oh, well, that's a good idea. So, and then the other thing I'm going to do at some point, if I ever, in my copious free time, I've got a bunch of National Geographics, and my thought for those is the older ones take the ads out. Well, or maybe not the very oldest. The very oldest might sell as is, but the ones that are kind of in between, take the ads out and sell the ads.
Yeah, I found some magazines and this stuff too. A whole bunch of really cool magazines, like from 1920s and stuff. Oh, nice. Really? Very cool. Yeah. Shoot, I showed Noelle. I don't know what she called it.
So Lori, before can you hear?
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's just like
I know.
low, but
before you were in the chat. Before you were in the chat, I was saying how I had channeled my inner Lori. I deleted all of my Mercari listings. Signed up for. I did. It was a scary moment. Signed up for List Perfectly, and then moved my stuff over from eBay. I've got in 48 hours, I have 515 listings on Mercari now. But as we were talking, I just made another sale on Mercari. So
how was it? How was it for you did you put all your stuff from eBay onto List Perfectly? Is that what you're saying?
I didn't.
Or did you do it? You're doing it from Mercari. Okay, I got it.
No,
I got it.
I'm not doing either.
She went from eBay cross-listed straight to Mercari.
Right.
Using
List
Perfectly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Using List Perfectly. Okay.
Using List
yeah,
Perfectly.
That's what I was thinking. Okay,
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep. And so
nice.
It's more time consuming than I thought because I didn't know what to expect. I thought it would be, and Mercari's kind of a pain with shipping, but it was actually, once I got going, it was pretty fast. I think I timed myself yesterday just to see. So like I wasn't doing a speed thing or anything. I put my timer away and I went at my own pace. And it really takes me just over a minute to do each listing.
Yeah, that's what it takes for me to do Poshmark. Actually, it's under Poshmark. I think is a little more. Maybe it's a little easier than Mercari. About the same,
so
huh?
too.
I think
Poshmark is really simple. It's just simple across the board. Did you guys see about the Posh live shows?
I saw.
They sent me a thing to do the beta testing, but I don't know. let's see what they got going on here. I don't want to be a part of nothing, but I haven't watched one yet. Have you guys? Anybody?
Nope.
I'm gonna put it on my calendar here so that it
I'll say tag you it. I tag you.
Oh. So Nona's daughter asked a question saying, is Mercari a little harder for shipping? Not harder for shipping at all. It's just that when you're cross-listing, it doesn't carry over your weight. And so for things like plush, I found that really easy, although Mercari was entering almost all of my plush at 4 ounces. And so I had to go in and change it for each one. Again, with plush, that was really easy for me to change it to 8 ounces or 12 ounces. And And every time you change a weight on Mercari, you have to go and click the button for your shipping service too. So I would have to click 8 ounces and then go to the bottom of the screen and click USPS. So it's just clicks. It's not complicated. But the other thing is that for those of you who ship UPS or FedEx, I can't do that. And so because it's a 40-minute round trip drive for me, so I have to go in and change that each time too. So
Courtney
I
said
do have the pro plan.
yeah,
Courtney,
it does carry it over, but I think
but it's not always right.
initially when Mercari opens up a screen, it puts in like what they suggest it should
Exactly.
be. And all
Right.
you do is click on the button where it says the weight, and
Right.
then the real what you transferred over shows up. So it's just, yeah, you have to check every single one of them though.
Yep.
A lot of them are correct for me.
Yes.
But I always check because
Yeah.
Mercari is one of those ones. If you sell something and the weight's wrong, you're stuck.
Exactly.
There's no fixing it. I wish they
Do
would
they
be
give
like
you how do they do they give you like not an exact weight? Do you pick like a range or something, or do you
it's
have to
all
put
by
your
range.
exact
It's
weight?
like 4 ounces, 8 ounces, and then above,
Right.
and then 1 to 2 pounds, 2 to 3 pounds. It's all of it.
Right.
It's the same. It's just, yeah. But if
It's
you're
not
wrong, you're wrong.
right. It's not complicated at all. It's just there's just a lot of clicking, so the listing would come over and it just was just click, 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 click. It just wasn't hard. Like I said, I have 515. I started 48 hours ago. So, and I slept and ate. I lived my glamorous lifestyle of laundry and cooking dinner and stuff like that, showering. So now I just need to sign up for Poshmark and do it over again. But I won't be moving everything. I'm not moving $15 plush to Poshmark.
Yeah. Yes, you are.
Maybe
You
15,
should.
but not 12. Not 12.
Well, 12's actually not that bad because if you sell something on there for 12, you're going to make $9.05.
That's not bad. That's
not
true.
that bad.
That's true.
By the time you've got your sale
That's
going,
true.
your promoted listing fees, your eBay
Right.
final, you're probably making more money selling a $12 item on Posh.
And I don't have to worry about I don't have to worry about the weights. I don't have to worry about the shipping. None of that's important.
Yes, as long as it's 5 pounds or less. I mean, but you're going to pay more if you go higher. But
it's so awesome. I don't know why people don't adapt Posh's lovely shipping. They have like the deal of the century. Really, they must. I don't know.
Courtney said in one of her videos, Courtney, I think it was in one of Courtney's videos, that she said, she likes to sell board games on Posh. And that makes sense to me because board games are so heavy. Even the children's games that I sell, the little Haba children's game, by the time I put them in a box, they're still 3 pounds, and so they're only $18 games and somebody's going to spend $18 to ship it. So if I can sell those on Posh instead, that would be fantastic because I have a lot of board games. That was my first thing. That was my first niche.
And heavy plush. Plush, as long as you're staying in the
right, Katrina,
in the right size boxes, because you don't want to do an oversized box on Posh.
Right. Nope, that's my next.
I'm thinking about these bears. I think I'm going to put these bears on Poshmark in their lots that I list them up. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good idea too, Lori, because I have a bunch of those too that I got for free at a yard sale. Not like you. But this woman, like there were just a couple out there and it's one of those yard sales where you feel bad because you've walked up and there's not a lot there and you're like, oh, I should buy something. And so I was like, how much for your bears? And she was like, oh, they're free. And you should go inside the house to the bear room. And I walked inside and it was this whole room of bears. And
I believe it. I believe
I didn't
it.
want to empty her out. And so I took some out and she was like, well, didn't you want any more? I was like, so I took 45 of them.
Oh, wow.
And I've only sold 3 because I haven't listed them, not because they won't sell, but Posh is a good idea because they're
a
so
booger
heavy.
to list. Did you get your magazine, Lizzie? Oh.
I'm trying to get it sealed in plastic, and I'm having a hard time seeing the plastic to tape it. And the tape is either like up too high or too low, and it doesn't seal anything because I want to make sure that they're, that they don't get wet anywhere in transit.
Right.
So I bought one thing I bought when I decided I was going to take over the eBay store is 2 different sizes of plastic because I knew that eventually I was going to sell ephemera. And so I got these on eBay. One is more of a comic book size, and the other is magazine size. And there's different. I learned because I didn't realize that there was different sizes of comic books, but I just got kind of a medium size that will hold, different types of ephemera and stuff that I have. So
I need to get some smaller bags.
Them in one of the magazine bags.
I need someone to come and list my darn comic books.
I've got a whole box.
Yeah, me too.
Over here. It's annoying.
Well, I want to, you know what? I'm going to go grab that stack of Peter Mac stuff so I can show you guys before something funky happens and I don't have internet. I'm watching my lights go.
No.
Anyways, I'll be right back.
Yep.
But Rebel, when I put that thing in the Facebook group about the Stife, you said that you had that happen too. So anyone who's not in the Facebook group, when I was out with my young friend thrifting last week, she goes out all the time and I was trying to explain to her, hey, if you ever see these stuffed animals with a button and a yellow tag, pick them up, I'll pay you for them. And then lo and behold, very next door we go to, I'm digging through a bin and I saw the yellow Stife tag. And I was, first of all, that's weird. I've never found them at a thrift store. I found 2 at the bins. And so I pulled it out and then you could tell right away. I mean, it's a unicorn and it looks like any Kelly toy or, it's very modern looking. And so the thrift store, though, which is a very fairly priced thrift store, very, very, very fairly priced, had it marked at $7. And then I looked it up and, I'll be lucky to get 15 on eBay. And so I ended up getting it for $1. And so I bought it because I wanted to share the picture. And if you go on the Stife website, there's all kinds of modern plush. And I had no idea that they were still making it or that they made stuff that looked like just your average plush.
Yep.
It's not even as nice as a Jellycat, for example.
So these can't go, since they're magazines, they have to go first class. And I put it in just a cardboard envelope since I'm lining it with plastic. And it was 1.03 ounce or 1 pound and a little over. So I guess since they're magazines, I could probably put them in I don't want to put them in just a poly, but
can you stick in a piece of cardboard with them?
Then she's probably right back to where she is.
I'm just thinking one.
Yeah, 1 piece of cardboard. Yeah, probably. And that, because it wasn't very much over a pound. It was just a hair.
Right.
So.
How much do they weigh without the packaging?
Oh, let's see.
Oh, wow. That's great, Katrina.
13.5
a large Kelly toy that sold for over $30.
So, yeah,
you should be good with 1 piece of cardboard and a poly.
Okay.
Because those cardboard things like that, they're heavy. Ish.
Right. That's why I was wondering with the envelope, you've basically got 2 pieces of cardboard. So
Yeah.
I was wondering if you just had one, that would probably be enough.
Well, and I'm just wondering though if I even need cardboard at all. I mean, they're magazines, so it's okay really for a magazine to get bent.
I just, my mailman. Well, first of all, my mailman is the type that if the box won't fit, he'll make it fit.
Yeah, great.
And so that's the thing I worry about with magazines.
Yeah.
If they rolled them, maybe it would be okay. But sometimes they, like a dummy, they'll fold them in half and then cram them in your mouth. Mine are awful. I've gone from being blessed with the greatest mailman in the world to the absolute worst.
That's
We have a picture. I should post it in the Facebook group. He literally took a box that was not going to fit and crammed it so that all the sides were crunched into the mailbox.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, FedEx dropped a.
Oh yeah,
you can't fix that.
FedEx
You
dropped.
can't fix people like that.
No.
We have a long driveway to our house, and they always come to our house and leave it either on the front porch or right by my basement door, FedEx and UPS, almost daily. Well, one day he put our package in a garbage bag and threw it on the ground by the road.
Well, then it looks like trash. The trash.
It did. Robert got out of the car to pick up trash and realized it was our package thrown on the ground.
Wow.
Oh, goodness.
Yes, Katrina. I always do write "Don't bend" on poly mailers that have things like books or whatever in them. But if you've got somebody like Rebel's carrier, they're not going to listen to that anyway.
Yeah, and I always write
beyond redemption.
The lady that drives by my house smoking a cigarette, flipping me off. That's the best story ever. What are you supposed to do but laugh at that? Like, that's it. You got to laugh and let her go. Can't fix people like that either. You guys ready for this little haul?
Yes.
Okay, so I had put the feelers out to Noelle. She's helped me with a lot of this stuff because I got a crap ton of Vemra, a lot outside of this stuff. So we'll have a few weeks of me showing you guys awesome stuff. Okay, so this is a Peter Max lot, and there is just a lot of different things in here. But this is a watch.
Oh yeah.
And it's got all of this paperwork and its original, box with it. Now I haven't comped really any of this stuff. Like I said, I'm getting help from the outside. And she knows her stuff. So it's hard to look up too. This is where a lot of people go, like when they find stuff and they're like, and then it sits there because they don't know how to price it. So this is
like a light cover.
This is a light cover, but it's vintage, plastic. It's signed. You guys see it?
See, I never heard of him until that coffee mug, and my viewers told me who it was.
These are all vintage buttons.
Neat.
Whole bunch. And they're like older style, with the press on.
Yeah.
You guys will love this. Look how cool this is. Ah!
Oh wow.
It's a TV guide in plastic with Peter Max art on the front. Which is cool. And then these crack me up. These, you guys remember calling cards?
Right.
With the number on the back, where you got a number and you can call.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Like an AT&T card. Yeah.
Yes. There's a whole bunch of just different Peter Max artwork. These deals, Just
I've never heard of him.
I hadn't until my coffee mug.
Did you get?
And now it's
like coffee mug sell for?
I don't remember. Maybe $15, $20. It wasn't a whole lot, but that's a lot for a mug.
Yeah.
This is just like a collectible. I think it's A-Rod. Yeah. Like a baseball card or something.
Mm-hmm. Neat.
Once you've seen the
this
stuff,
person
You can just tell
Yeah.
that Peter Max, you know, like Lisa Frank. When you see her colors, you know it's Lisa Frank.
Oh, yeah.
I'm starting to see a pattern to his
Oh
stuff.
yeah. But you know what's so funny too, Rebel, is that some of his artwork is so opposite of what he
Oh,
does.
is it?
And so there's only a few things that's really opposite. Majority of it is like this pop art stuff. But like here's some magazines, and they're so cool. They're so cool. Now somebody would probably want to buy this whole magazine, right? Not
Yeah.
like pieces, right?
Right.
This one's been kept nice.
Yeah.
It's in a package and it's got a cardboard on it. New Life. And this one is cool too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Another Life magazine. Look at this.
Smoking.
And then I got some, what is this? Like, you know, here's something. It's just the weirdest stuff, but a World's Fair envelope with a Peter Max sticker. Sorry, I'm backwards over here. Or not a sticker. What's it called? Stamp.
Oh.
And like gallery.
Oh, wow.
Are you going to keep it all
something.
together, or are you going to?
I don't know. I guess that's why I don't know what type. I'm sure I'll probably piece it out, but like gallery. What are they called? Gallery.
Right.
Oh,
Brochures or
brochures. Yeah, something like that. I know there is a word, but this has got his art, and this is signed. Buffalo Benjamin Gallery. Some old decals. That's what I'm saying. I wonder, since it's a collector, obviously. I was thinking about doing like the buttons, like doing quantity of those,
Probably
selling them
small
individually.
I think individually.
Maybe, yeah. And
I'm looking through solds just in general. Crazy prices.
Yeah, crazy prices, right? That's what I've been doing.
8,300 for a painting.
Nuts.
Yikes.
Okay, so I have this poster. It's in the other room, but this is the certificate of authenticity for it. It's the Kentucky Oaks 2000, but it's in another room. I still have a crap ton more. But there's all these prints.
Wow. Dang.
That one.
And this was from the same lot, from the
Same lot.
Floyd's. Oh yeah,
Same
somebody
lot.
said
This is from the
playbill.
second.
Playbill.
Well,
that was
when
the
you
word.
playbill, there you go. When you see one thing in a lot and you're like, okay, that'll make me money, and then you see another, and then you're like, well, you got to take it all sight unseen. You're more apt to take all of it when you see Peter
Right.
Max artwork. You know what I mean? And then you're like, okay, this person had style. This is a book cover,
Oh,
like
yeah.
a
Oh, yeah.
hardback book.
Yep.
This is so cool. This is so hard for me not to use. I just want to wrap it up on a book.
You're going to be busy for quite a while, Lori.
I'm so excited, though. There's just so much stuff. I think that's the problem, though. Here, let's do this. There's another piece of art,
Very
like
nice.
a print, I should say. But see, some of them, like this one, some of them are signed, actually, on top of the print. Like, what do you say? Personally, like he personalizes a lot of his artwork. So you'll get a lot with like people's names on it and stuff. Sorry for that glare.
That's all right. I'm still trying to use my memory of everything you've showed to see if I see anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just zooming by.
No.
Those are fun, Lori.
Those are very nice.
Let's see what else is in here.
I was just
think I'm
looking him up. It
forgetting
said he's a German-American artist, and he's 84 years old now.
Oh, so he's still alive.
Another gallery. Yep, that is it. Who is that?
Somebody sold
Let's
a
see if
bunch
I
of
get it.
painting on paper. $120 each one. There's tons, pages and pages of them.
Oh, these are National Library Week posters. Cool.
Oh, did y'all see Rhonda's video about that?
Yes.
That junk in our trunk. Yeah, that was so
Yes.
cool.
My brain was right behind you on that. I was like, I just saw something on that.
I remember those
What was it?
posters. She sold library posters, and they were from, I guess, early 2000s. I don't know. They used to hang. We got a new library facility in like 2012 or 13. And in our old library, those were hanging all over, like the ends of every aisle and all that. Had those
Right.
posters. And then I guess when they got the new library, it was too fancy for any posters. So there were no more posters. And I hadn't even thought about them in a long time. So I don't even
And
know
she
if
was
they
selling them for
still
a
make them.
lot.
Yeah, that was great. I was like, I need to go check with our librarians and see if they still have some of those in storage somewhere. If they don't want them, I'll take them.
Right. That's what these are. This one's National Library Week.
Oh, wow.
Down here.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So many different ones, different kinds,
Right.
different things.
Are you going to roll them and put them in a tube to ship them? Have you decided yet? You're
I
gonna have
don't
to
know.
order.
They're in this. Yeah, they had them in like a cardboard,
Yeah.
but I really, again, that's another thing. I just don't know. And I feel
I
like
don't
if
think
I don't
those
get
are-
on them and start researching them, they're just going to sit.
I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's
Here,
one of
that's
those.
the small lot.
Save your insides of your American Bubble Boy because we have totes
All
of them
right, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
to
Oh,
put
wow.
stuff in.
Good tip of the day.
Yes, save them.
That was good.
See, here's
Okay.
another one. See,
Yep.
use up the paper, then save your tubes. You never know what
I
you're
got a
gonna
whole
roll
bunch
up.
of them. I made a rookie mistake the other day, which I would tell everybody and do tell everybody not to do. You have to know how you're going to ship it before you list it. And I sold an old Toys R Us giraffe that was 18 inches tall.
Yeah, with that stiff neck.
And the neck couldn't be bent. Exactly. And I thought that
man.
the legs could be bent, but the legs couldn't be bent either. And so, and I sold it for so little money that I really didn't want this to become a whole thing. But what are the game boxes? The Priority Mail game boxes. I was able to put two together, and it stayed underneath 24 inches because it was 18 inches tall. So, but I felt foolish, like I know better than to do that, and I was able to telescope those two boxes together, and it didn't put it over the weight or anything. But
Yeah.
I don't know what I should have left myself a note. Maybe I had that in my mind. I'm old. Things go out of my mind, but I should have left myself a note how I was going to ship that, because as soon as it sold, I was like, oh no,
I
I
just
had
sold
that
a lamp. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say same thing. Yesterday, I went to ship something, and for some reason, it's 15 inches long, and I have it going in a priority box. 13 inches. Was like, what am I
I didn't
thinking?
know this was here.
What do you think? But
I just sold a lamp that it was one of my daughters. It came from her prom. It had been a table lamp on the prom, and she was like, "I don't know why I got this. I don't need this." So somebody bought it for a Halloween decoration, and it's pretty tall. It's like a street lamp, a miniature street lamp, and it's very tall. But I had just ordered a few weeks ago. I was talking about ordering some eBay bubble mailers, the little ones, and they came like 100 of them stacked in this really tall, lean box, and it was perfect for that lamp. So I was like, yay.
I miss when USPS used to ship the large priority boxes in those cardboard boxes. They were perfect for like longer things, and you could cut. And then they stopped doing that. I still have a few though. Stopped. That was annoying because that was the perfect box for long stuff that you could cut down easily.
Weird.
Well, that's exactly, the box that I get my eBay boxes in when I use my coupon, that's the cardboard I've been using to wrap around these Dungeons and Dragons I've been selling. Other than that, I have to find cardboard somewhere, and we don't bring a lot of cardboard into the house. I don't buy much.
Right.
We just don't buy that much. And so, I miss it. It was nice to get boxes as opposed to all that plastic that's wrapped around the boxes. Now, you just get them wrapped up in plastic. So, I should probably go to the dump and pick up, people have already broken down their boxes, and I can sit there and take them from them before they put them in the compactor. Because we have to hauler. I was going to say we have to haul our own trash, but we got fancy earlier this year and signed up for trash delivery. There's only 3 of us in our whole neighborhood of 100 that do that. So we're so fancy now.
Yeah, we pay somebody to come get our trash because we live in the county.
Oh, you do too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they come on Fridays. But we order a lot of stuff from Sam's. So we use their big boxes that we get our stuff in to cut down, to wrap our stuff in. So we're never without large. And I ordered a bunch of laundry baskets from Walmart. And they came in these huge boxes, and we just kept all of them. They're like over there, and we cut them down.
It used to be that boxes were easy to come by at the bins, but I think that now more and more people are picking them up to ship their items in. People are just looking to save money any way they can. Yeah. Dollar Tree is a great idea. We don't have anything like that near we don't have anything. We don't have any stores or.
She's in the boonies.
Yeah, I'm a little bit we do have a grocery store, but they mostly reuse and stuff. We don't have stores near me. That's not a thing.
Tanya, I haven't heard about Cat yet, so I'm sure probably go into one of the groups. Maybe somebody's talking about if they're okay.
She had her live last night.
Oh, she did? Okay.
Yeah.
So she must be fine.
Yeah, exactly, Katrina. She did her live last night, so I assume she's fine.
Yep.
Sold this baby for $150.
Wow.
Really nice.
Is that a backpack one?
It is. It's a convertible. Oh, it smells so good.
That's nice. How do you find such good stuff? Here, I'm happy to sell a $20 plush, and you're just throwing the 150s and 300 bears, and I'm just thrilled with the $20.
It doesn't happen very often. Like I said, it comes in droves. Don't worry, I'll have a dry spell for 6 months.
Well, do you get your high-end stuff up on the mainland, or do you get it in the Keys?
I get some from Miami, but I get it in the Keys too. There's a lot of money around here, guys.
Right.
Yeah.
And people throw it out when they leave. You know what I mean? It's the weirdest crap I've ever seen. They just leave it out.
That happens on Cape Cod around here too. Nova Crow's Nest. I haven't heard about USPS getting rid of regional rate boxes.
I have heard that, but I don't think it's happened yet.
Okay.
I've heard it's coming, but I don't know. I don't know who I heard that from, though. It had to have been a video I was listening to. I don't know.
I hadn't heard it.
Lori, Katrina wants to know what brand was that?
This is what is the name of it? Time resistance, I think. Time resistance. It's a unisex full grain, and it'll fit like an iPad but it's got all these cool little compartments, and it is heavy, thick leather. It's one of those things that you find, you're like, oh, this is worth something.
Yes,
This
as
is
soon
worth
as you touch
something.
it.
But again, like you guys, you know, and you got to think about it too. I always sell like one a day, where you guys sell multiple a day too. So sometimes when I find the higher end stuff, you know, that's all one a week.
Okay, so I have the 411 on the regional rate boxes. So USPS has put out an advisory that they'd like to get rid of them. That doesn't mean that they will be gone. They haven't yet announced that. That hasn't gone through. They've just announced that they'd like to get rid of them.
I
So,
never use them. I don't
Me
even
neither.
think to look. I bought some. I got one pack of every one of
Yeah, me
them,
too.
and I don't think I've ever used one.
Well,
even
and
think.
that's what it says exactly, is that they're not popular, they're not used, and
Does
and they
anybody-
haven't even. They
Does
also
anybody
haven't
use
even
trade
filed a
visums?
request with the PRC, so the Postal Regulatory Commission. So at this point, it's just a thing. Like it's just something that's being talked
bringing
about,
up.
but they haven't even filed. So it definitely won't go into effect anytime soon because the PRC would have to approve it. Typically, even when that does happen, the rate for the boxes that you have are still honored at that particular rate until those boxes are gone.
Right.
Well, and you know, you can use those. You can use the regional rate boxes, the smaller, medium. You can use them for Poshmark. Doesn't even have to be in that, you know, region.
Right.
So what's nice, because I sell when I sell bras, I like to sell them in the 4x4, the little square boxes, and some of those are regional. Like I don't know, smaller one is regional that I like to send bras in, and for Poshmark, it's nice. Then I'll just smush them up and throw them. So just remember that too, because for the longest time, I don't know, maybe other people thought about it too. I've thought that you could only use regional rate box for that specific region, area, right?
Right.
But you can use those for Poshmark. I don't know about for eBay. You know what I mean? Put a non-regional tag on it. Label, I mean.
Fourth quarter is just October 1st, Tanya. It's not, it's just October 1st. It's not like it's just the year divided up into 3 months at a time. But it's not like that's anything. It's not like Q4 is some official thing, except for things like getting your coupons from eBay, those sorts of things.
But we all wish and pray that our sales pick up for the Christmas season, but I'm having high doubts at this point. Do any of you guys remember the extra large boxes that the USPS had for a little while? They were like, if you put two large boxes together, they were like 15 by 13 by 13, but they're for just a few months they had them. If I had known that they were going to discontinue those, I would have ordered 100 cases of them.
Oh, these are the triangle ones.
Yeah, but there was one where if you were to put
I thought it was a square
boxes, they were perfect. Now they were just, and then all of a sudden they were gone. They just stopped giving.
I have a question about shipping on Poshmark. So, is it just weight or also size? Meaning, USPS has these wreath boxes. Mm-hmm. Have you seen them? They're huge.
I think it has to stay in that.
It still has to stay in that
cubic, the 12 by 12 by 12, right?
Yeah, it has to say. I don't know if that would be it. I would just say as long as it's under 12 or under 5 pounds, it'll ship. I don't know that it goes up and over for size for Poshmark. I really don't.
Oh, I wished I knew, because I won't list something on there that I know is going to be a little oversized.
I've sold stuff too. I can't remember, like bigger stuff, longer stuff on Poshmark. But it's just by the weight that they ask you, not for dimensions.
I'm
thinking it's a no, but
anybody know?
As long as it's under 5 pounds.
Right.
And
That
then
was
as
my
you go
question.
forward, you can add your shipping. Like
Okay.
if you go over 5 pounds, we talked about this last week, I think, where you have to make sure you add it into your cost,
Right.
you know,
Right.
into the item cost.
Courtney,
Courtney
says there are
says-
size limits.
Right.
So, you know, I was
Wonder if
thinking
it's just up to, you know, the like before everything gets, what is it? What is it? What does
Whatever.
it have to stay under lengthwise?
22. Is it? It has
Something
to
like
stay
that.
under 22, right, Robert? The boxes
Right.
For
post
total?
office.
24.
22 is where you get the $4 surcharge.
Right.
And at 30, you get, I think,
Okay.
11 or 15.
Yeah, something like
There you
that.
go.
Yeah.
I should look into it more because, yeah, those wheat boxes are quite large, but I have this I think it's under 5 pounds, but I have this large, it's beautiful actually. And I picked it up at the bins because no one else wanted it and they let me have it for $2. It's a large, advent, refillable advent calendar. So it's a heavy wooden, advent calendar.
But it's
And
under
it's
5
in there.
pounds.
I think it is. I have to weigh it again. Like I said, I bought it for $2 because no one else wanted it. And they let me have it for $2. But
Ooh, Tanya, thank you. Robert's like, ooh, Tanya, thank you. Yeah, those links have really, you know, the same saying, it all adds up. It's been nice having people go in and just click my link and then go do their shopping.
So the max on Poshmark is 108 for the girth with the height.
That's, yeah. The max on Poshmark is 108 inches girth, which is length plus width, but plus height. So, no, that's not
That's
right.
pretty good.
That's not right.
That's what no,
But what's girth?
that's, read what I wrote there. That's
Girth is like all the way around your box
Sorry,
one
I
way
said
plus.
I said it wrong. The length and girth.
Right. It's all the way around your box
And
plus the length.
Yeah.
That's 108 inches. So for instance, like my 6x12x8 would be, I don't know. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, 6 by
you know what, Noelle, you might be right. And I might have to just bite the bullet on this particular item to ship it UPS or
UPS.
FedEx. Again,
Yeah, I
don't
ship all
do
my
that.
big items. But
Right. But
and it's a
40
hell of a lot cheaper. Hell of a lot cheaper. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a hell of a lot cheaper.
But it's 40 minutes round trip for me to ship.
Same as
Sure.
Well,
FedEx.
It's
when
not longer.
it's $60 savings, like $50 savings.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's a big enough, you know, to where it would be worth a job.
Well, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't sell something like that on eBay where I have 24-hour shipping. I would 100% not do that because I can't just say that on some random day I have the time to make a 40-minute round trip to mail one package because I'm sending, saving my buyer money, but I'm costing me money in gas and time.
Yeah.
But what's the shipping time on Poshmark?
3 days.
Whenever you send it. No.
Okay.
Just kidding. They just don't keep up with, like, they're not as, stringent as eBay. It's 3 days, right?
I think it's 3, but I think I missed one for
3 to 5.
somehow when I first started. I missed one, and at like 5 days, they were like, "Are you still planning on shipping this?" You know?
Right. And if you check yes, it gives you another 5 days. So
I
it's like,
know. There's a lot of grace
it's
there. A lot of grace.
lot.
At
a lot.
Right.
Yes.
So yeah. So
Good
that
money.
might be really good for me on a place like Poshmark because I don't mind it if I can work it in and I can do it in 2 days or 3 days, but I can't necessarily say that today, for example, I would have time to make it that 40-minute round trip drive.
I do a lot of UPS on Mercari because they seem to have better rates than I think even eBay does for the UPS. So when I'm looking at mine, I've been doing a lot where it'll say $38 for eBay and it'll be $13 for UPS. It's like, why?
Oh yeah. You're right, Noelle. I could just change my turnaround time on that one item on eBay too. I could just do that. That's a good idea. And again, it's not that I can't. Sometimes I just can't. So Tuesdays I go to the bins. Probably in the city where I go to the bins, they have a Staples, so I think I can ship there. That's a good idea. It's hard, when you live like this. Oh, the funny thing about where I would have to go to ship UPS or FedEx is that there's also no post office there. So I can't even do that and mail my post office packages at the same time too. So but that's a good idea. I should get it listed. It's time to get that giant item listed.
Yes.
When we end the live today, I'm going to weigh it and see how heavy it is. I thought I had already done that, and I was sure it was under 5 pounds with a box, but I should definitely do that. That might be my first listing on Poshmark.
108 girth.
108 girth.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
108.
I know it fits in the wreath boxes from USPS, but those are oversized.
Yeah.
So this is how people get frustrated with shipping, rules. So because it would seem that if USPS was giving you one of their priority boxes, that would not be oversized. And I think that would confuse a lot of people.
Well, now the long ones you can't even use them. It's not even worth it. So
not anymore.
Not anymore.
Right.
So that's annoying because I have a bunch.
No. Well, we don't have Walmart, Walgreens, Dollar Store. We have no stores, 0 stores that are not at least a 40-minute round trip. Most of them are more. But my husband goes to work, and so he can ship packages. But that was my question. That was why I can't necessarily say I can ship it in 24 hours. But I could ship it in 3 days. So
where are you again? Is it New Hampshire? Is that where you are?
I am in New Hampshire. Yep. And it's really not very rural for New Hampshire. So New Hampshire is we're a small state, and we're divided in half by a very large lake. It's 27 miles across, so it's a very large lake. 90% of the population lives below the lake. Nobody lives above the lake. There's no employment. It's beautiful if you ski and hunt and water sports, but we all live down here. And so I don't really live that rural compared to people who live in really rural states, but it's 45 minutes for me to get to any city, and our cities in New Hampshire are about 180,000 people for the biggest ones. We don't have like cities.
Yeah.
So there's I can go to the city in 45 minutes, but that's an hour and a half round trip. That's a lot of gas and time and energy. But like I said, my husband works in the city, and so he can ship for me, and he's a good guy that way. But again, I wouldn't want to be tied to 20. It's one of those things. Sometimes a sale comes in on eBay at 11:30 at night. I wouldn't want to have to package something up that had to go out the very next day. That's all. So
yeah,
that's good to know.
I don't think our Walmart doesn't do UPS and FedEx drop-offs, do they?
Our Walgreens does. Our Walgreens does UPS.
I'm not sure if our Walgreens.
Is it
I don't
Walgreens?
even know if our Walgreens does.
FedEx, I think Walgreens does, and we have a UPS store, so yeah, it's FedEx that Walgreens does. And you just drop it off at the camera counter, and they have a scanner there and stuff.
Right. At that point, I still need to find a box to put that big box in, because it will fit in the wreath box. But if I'm not shipping USPS, I would have to find a big enough box to put it in, and it's a big box. So, 5 minutes one way for you.
Yes, we're about 3 miles, I think, from Walmart.
When we were buying our house 20 years ago, they had just built the grocery store. So we have a grocery store 3 miles away, which is, I realize most people are probably not excited about the fact that they have a grocery store, but having a grocery store is a game changer. That's and a pharmacy. We have a grocery I mean, a pharmacy in the grocery store, but before that, we didn't have any grocery stores either. Having a grocery store is,
I couldn't imagine. I couldn't
we don't
even
have
imagine.
convenience stores either. So without a grocery store, we don't have places to like buy milk or a loaf of bread or, yeah, we
When
just,
the snow's coming.
Huh?
What's she do when the snow's coming if you can't buy milk or bread?
I know. Yeah, I can imagine there's no milk and bread in Florida right now.
There's
Right.
none in Big Pine, I'll tell you that. We didn't have gas a couple days ago.
right.
Everybody getting out
He
there
was able to
filling
get
up all
peanut
their
butter.
stuff.
One of my
Chris
things-
is mad. He's like, this is irresponsible of these people. Why are they doing this?
Robert said one of his Facebook friends posted that the Wendy's is open in Key West because he owns it. So he was telling everybody, if you don't have power or you're hungry, come to Wendy's.
There you go. They
Um,
are really underwater down there right now in Key West. Holy cow, man. They're seeing some
My,
water. I mean, they're coming in here now. So
My neighbor across the street from us, she's the general manager of one of the local McDonald's. And so when Katie left for work early this morning, she said, well, McDonald's is open. That makes me feel a little better because there's a line linked around the building. And I thought, oh, and I looked outside. I was like, yeah, her car is gone. She had to get out and work today. So bless her heart to have to, of all things,
right.
that, McDonald's has to stay open and
Well,
all this.
I'll tell you, McDonald's is never more popular than during a power outage around here because they have fantastic Wi-Fi. So when we lose power, so I don't know how it is where you are, but when we lose power, we lose everything. We lose water, we lose, and we don't have a gas stove, so we lose absolutely everything. And we had an ice storm a few years back, and we lost power for 10 days right before. It was freezing. They had no idea when we'd get power. It was so, I started to have a bit of a nervous breakdown by day 9. I saw line workers in the neighborhood and they weren't actually working on our lines, and I stopped to talk to them and then burst into tears. And I think they were worried about me, and they went and they got a truck, and it turned out that all we needed was a fuse on our whatever pole. So we had been without power for 10 days, and it was a 10-minute fix. But we don't have anything, so we're not in a hurry for them to fix us. We don't have a hospital. We don't have we don't have any. So we're always
How close is your McDonald's? Is it 40 minutes also?
round trip, 20 minutes. I can get to 2 McDonald's in
20 minutes, okay.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
I can get to McDonald's in 20 minutes, and they have bathrooms, Wi-Fi. If nothing else, sometimes you need to be able to log, for anybody like Lori, I'm sure you already know, but for like people who are asking in the Facebook group, sometimes you just need Wi-Fi so you can log into eBay and put your store on time away, or just change your things. A solar generator. Never even heard of that.
Yeah,
Noelle,
that's
I'm
on
not.
my want list.
Idea.
Well, I think that the state of New Hampshire owes me a debt of gratitude because in 2020 we finally bought a whole house generator, and we have not lost power even one time since then, which I'm grateful for because gas is so expensive. But yes, it's because I got a generator we have not lost power, so the whole state owes me a debt of gratitude. The year we put on a new roof, we got no snow. So yeah,
Robert, you're going to have Noelle cussing us.
What'd she say now? What do we do?
Oh,
said
no.
her gas went up 50
Oh.
cents the last 3 days.
Really?
Over
Shoot, gas
5.
has gone up here too. I thought they were just trying to get us through the hurricane, but it's gone up here too.
We're about
It's
$3 a
like
gallon.
Wow.
if we go over the 7 Mile
About
Bridge,
$3.50.
like to the east, it's a heck of a lot cheaper than it is here. Like
How much is
towards
yours,
the other
Rebel?
end.
We're a little over $3 right now.
Yeah,
Like
we've been over 3.
209
We've
or
been like
something.
3.5 for like a year, it feels like.
Wow. Yeah, we're 3.5. Yeah, we looked into solar panels too, Noelle, but we don't plan to stay here 10 years, which just really got us out of it. It wasn't cost effective to do that. We're actually looking at countries where we can be expats. So that's what we're looking at is leaving the country.
Oh, wow.
I would go back
Yeah.
to Germany in a heartbeat. But
My friend just moved back to Spain. Her husband was stationed there for years, and then when he retired, they went back over there to live. She loves it.
Spain.
Yeah, she loves
Yeah.
I would.
We're
in a
looking.
heartbeat.
We loved Greece so much that we're looking at being expats in Greece. So
Yeah.
it's cheap enough to live in Greece that we could live on just our Social Security.
Wow.
Well, we could live well. So, you know, and I don't think any of my kids will ever have grandchildren. So that makes a difference too. I wouldn't be leaving grandchildren behind, just my boys. And they're big boys. They can come and visit. But yeah, that's a ways away though. It's probably 8 years away for us. That's what we're having fun investigating now. But people love Barcelona. So I don't know where they are in Spain, but everyone we met who had gone to Barcelona loved Barcelona. Oh, Lori's gone.
Yeah. I wonder if she's losing it.
She said her lights were flickering.
He went to the post office. I got my package ready, and we'll see if it can be mailed right now. I don't know. Hopefully.
Hi, Holly. Haven't seen you in a long time.
I know. She's not. She tries to jump in every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. As we're getting ready to go eat some lunch. Here
Exactly.
And finally get some work done, because did you guys see me venture off this camera? Me? No. Yeah, I've looked at solar generators. But so far we've never lost power. Well, no, we lost power here like one time for like 3 hours. We're right by a high school. I think
3 hours.
I don't, unless they're going to take care of the high school, which means I'm going to be taken care of.
Yeah, they didn't even take care of. They couldn't.
Shelters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you have an ice storm, what happens is everything just collapses. The lines came down, the poles collapsed, everything was broken. So it didn't matter if it was a hospital or a high school, or like they had to physically put up new poles before we could get power. So they could run some things on generators, and our high school was letting families come up there and shower. So if you wanted to go and take a shower just like you did in high school.
Oh, I hated that. And then
remember turning on the water and then just getting dressed without showering?
Or when you're in the military, you take it one step worse, because you're in a group shower, especially at boot camp, and you turn the water on, you get wet, you turn the water off. Then you got to wash. Then you turn the water on for a minute, and then you're done. You're done. You don't get to.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, it was awful.
So the post office was closed.
Yes.
Well, was he like you couldn't drop it in? Wow, even the lobby was closed, where you couldn't even go in and put it in the slot. Wow.
It doesn't do you any good if they're not moving it anyway. So
but you could get the timestamp and it could get into the system. That's
I know, and now it's showing it shipped. but hopefully I'll be able to get it in there tomorrow. If not, I mean, it happened one time when I was out of town. He bought a label and then it wouldn't print. So by the time he got to the library to print it out, it had timed out and we had to
Right.
like
It won't. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. And you know, all the reselling platforms are putting up announcements that to expect shipping delays. And I have to say, I was surprised. I got an order today from Florida. Yeah. I don't know Florida. I mean, I don't.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they shipped it out, you know, a few days ago. So.
No. Somebody ordered from me.
Somebody ordered something. Oh, okay.
So it says Crestview.
Crestview, that's in the Panhandle. There's near a military base up that way, Fort Walton Beach, Crestview.
Oh,
so
it'll probably still get through.
It's not that far from Pensacola. I interviewed there when I was getting ready to move to Florida. I had a choice of Central Florida or one near Tallahassee or one in Crestview, and that was when I was going to work for the Extension Service, which I did, and I chose the Central Florida location, and then that's how I ended up working at Disney. When that didn't pan out, I worked for the Extension Service for about 9 months, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, get me out of here!"
Yeah. We've all had those jobs, right?
It was so political. Oh my goodness.
All right, ladies. It's been fun. It's been real.
Stay safe. Stay safe,
right,
all my Florida friends.
Stay safe. Lizzie, let me know if things get bad.
We're good. Okay. All right. I've got everything tied down, and you know, we're just gonna write it out. I got to read some books and write it out. You know.
Good.
Darn.
All right.
Darn. As long as you don't lose power.
Yeah, really.
Right.
I need to get some listings up now before I lose power. All right. Bye.
Right.
Y'all take care.
Bye.
Bye.